SupaMika.
Hey everyone, SupaMika here. Recently I've been watching a bunch of live-action adaptations of manga and anime that I've read or watched out of curiosity. These have a reputation of being pretty bad, and most people assume they'll all automatically suck when they hear about them. Oh, hi there. Oh, really? Okay. Anyway, the most well-known examples are Dragon Ball Evolution, which was so bad it got Akira Toriyama to start making new Dragon Ball content as revenge, and the relatively recent Netflix Death Note movie. Wait, what? Come here. Oh yeah, Death Note and Dragon Ball Evolution. Having watched both of them, I can definitely see why people are wary whenever a manga or anime they like gets a live-action movie or show announced. However, there are some decent and even good live-action adaptations of manga and anime around, which might come as a surprise to some people. Damn it! Wait, where'd she go? Oh well, I'll go after someone else. Well, what one considers to be a good movie is pretty subjective, but in my case, I look at how enjoyable it is, how good the acting and dialogue is, how well it handles adapting the material while keeping in mind the limitations of the film, and how well any changes made to the story and characters work in the context of the movie. I should have continued going after Claudette. So with this in mind, a faithful adaptation might not necessarily be good, and an unfaithful adaptation might turn out to be good. Where is everyone? Many great and well-liked Hollywood films are unfaithful to their source material after all. Like, The Shining. There you are. There's Johnny! Huh? Wait. No? Okay. I have you now. Right, good movies. So with this mindset, I went and watched a few adaptations of series I liked. Wait, where did Bill come from? I opted to start with two Hollywood adaptations. The first one, Edge of Tomorrow, doesn't really count since it's an adaptation of a Japanese novel called All You Need Is Kill, rather than a manga, but I figured I'd mention it for comparison purposes. What are you doing, Bill? You should have run away. But yeah, All You Need Is Kill does have a manga adaptation, which I read before watching the movie. The second one was the hated Death Note movie on Netflix. Now, both movies took a lot of liberties and changed things to be more in line with typical Hollywood flicks. But the Death Note movie just ended up being full of bad writing, plot holes, and overall it just wasn't a good movie. Edge of Tomorrow wasn't perfect, but it was a pretty good movie. Getting some nice Devour Hulk stacks here. Might be able to mori some of these guys. After that, I decided to rewatch Alita Battle Angel, an adaptation of the manga Ganem, or Battle Angel Alita, as it's known in the West. Damn, they're really popping these gens. Better get rid of one of them soon. And speak of the devil. So yeah, Alita Battle Angel. Now, when I first saw this movie, I found it to be decent, but with no sequel in sight, I quickly forgot about it. It wasn't until recently that I decided to start reading the manga, and after doing so, I felt compelled to rewatch the film as well, as the two Japanese OVAs that were released years ago. Oh, they got ruined. Well, to our hope saved at least. So after my rewatch of the Alita movie, I have to say I enjoyed it a lot more after reading the manga. I really wanted to get a sequel. The movie does make some changes, but it's mostly a faithful adaptation, and it's a good movie too. Shit, I should have stayed back so I could get another stack of Devour. Oh well. Let me cook light so I can see if I can get it later. I'm only one gen left. This isn't going well. So yeah. After that, I decided to look at some Japanese adaptations. Generally, these have kind of a better reputation than Hollywood adaptations, due to the Rurouni Kenshin movies in particular, but there have also been some less than well-received ones. Having recently watched the Kaguya-sama Love is War anime and read the manga, I went ahead and watched the live action, despite being warned that it was pretty bad. I was somewhat surprised by the result. I mean, I did dislike it, but not for the reasons I expected. Not gonna let them finish the last gen. I'll talk about the Kaguya movie in more detail in another video maybe, but I basically found myself kind of wishing they went more original with it, rather than playing it mostly safe. Seems like we got a little bit of a 3-gen here. Things might actually work out pretty well. Which brings me to the next one I watched. Black Butler, or Kuroshitsuki. This manga, which had an anime adaptation of an original fairly early on in the past, before being rebooted into a more faithful adaptation, decided to take a rather bold approach with its live action. Instead of being set in Victorian England and featuring a largely British cast of characters, the movie takes place in 2020 in Japan, with mostly new characters. It's basically a whole new story that's just inspired by the original's events and characters, and to its credit, I enjoyed it for what it was. Sure, it wasn't a Black Butler I knew, but it was still a decent movie. Okay, finally found someone. Let's see if I can bait the others out of fighting. Okay, well, never mind. They showed me where they are. Yes, only one more stack of Devour. Oh, hi Steve. I don't think we've met at all during this match. So, yeah, after that, I watched the Bleach live action on Netflix. That was pretty enjoyable, and pretty faithful to the manga too. I'd be interested in seeing a sequel, though I wonder how much content they can adapt from the overall story. Then came two of my favorite series, Tokyo Ghoul and Attack on Titan. Now, I'd already watched the first Tokyo Ghoul live action movie more than once, So I opted to just rewatch the second one, Tokyo Ghoul S. Wait, what? There you are. Alright. Let's try to move away as much as possible so I can get that last stack of Devour. I think I should be fine in the basement. Yes! The game is on. Hello there, Steve. Shall you be the first of my victims? Nothing personal, kid. Okay, maybe a little personal. Right, where was I? Oh yeah, Tokyo Ghoul films. The Tokyo Ghoul films are probably among the best in terms of being both faithful to the manga and decent movies, in my opinion anyway. Some of the movie original content even falls in line with what happens in the manga. And there's even some teasing of future plot events that shows these movies were made for fans of the series. Hello, are you hiding? No? How about here? Where are you then? So, what about the Attack on Titan live action films? I mean, those were pretty widely hated when they first released, so I was really curious about those. I was actually kind of surprised by them, in a mostly positive way. There's some interesting things to talk about there, and I'm curious as to how people will view them now, since a lot of ideas from it share some resemblance to later stuff from the manga and anime. So who knows, maybe some people might like it better now. I mean, better than they previously did. Obviously, it doesn't come close to the manga or anime. So far, that's all I've watched, and planning on watching the Full Metal Alchemist one next. I hear that one's pretty bad, but, you know, maybe I'll be surprised again. I think the ones I liked the most out of all of them were the Tokyo Ghoul ones and the Bleach one. Mostly because they had a good balance of being faithful to the source material and being good movies. Well, a lot of people don't find the live-action adaptations of manga very appealing due to the difference in style and whatnot. I personally enjoy them a lot because, aside from being entertaining, it sort of gives an insight into what the characters in the stories might be seeing, since we're seeing a realistic version of it. And that's an experience rather unique to live action, I think. Oh, wait, hi. The other survivor's probably gonna get the hatch, but... Anyway, I do personally feel that movies which go entirely original due to certain limitations of the film, such as the setting, are still worth watching, like the Black Butler film. Ah, shucks. Oh well. That's about it. See you guys next time, where I'll talk about each film in detail. Bye!